see you, Anita. So, important that we have this month to raise awareness.
Absolutely. It's essential to raise awareness. The reason why breast cancer is the most common cancer in the UK. As you mentioned, scary facts, 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer at some point in their life. But it's not just women, men can get breast cancer too. I think around 400 men every single year in the UK are diagnosed with breast cancer. So David's describing a condition which is very common in adults and children, and we're just going to show, demonstrate what it is. So in David's lungs and other asthma sufferers, you find that your airways get irritated and inflamed, and certain things like animal fur, pollen, cold air, exercise, smoke can make your airways go from being nice and big like this to very small and narrow. A lot of people are scared to talk about breasts. They hide them away. So the whole point of today's show is actually to get people's confidence in checking themselves. Also going to see your doctor if you notice something that's different to your normal breast tissue. Alan, I'm going to get you to model these again, since you're doing such a good job today. Yeah, we don't know too much about these. Obviously, they're very fetching, so...
I feel like Hugh Grant.
This might be something useful for your husband. It's designed by scientists in Australia using a special green light. It's thought to stimulate your sleep-wake cycle and give you a better quality of sleep. We haven't got clear evidence whether it works well yet, but the studies so far look encouraging. This is the message, really. If you notice anything different with your breasts, go and get yourself checked. 9 out of 10 breast lumps turn out not to be cancer, but it could be cancerous, so you shouldn't ignore it.
Either way, you want to know.
Absolutely, yeah. So, if you could be my model, then we can maybe run through a way that you can all check yourselves at home if you have a head injury.
For 4 weeks, I've been asking her to make me her model.
So, today is the day.
Yeah,
so, we think about 40% of the population are snorers. We know that men are more likely to be snorers than women. Women often don't report it, though men are more likely to go to their doctor about it.
Women often deny it.
Snoring is caused by the soft tissue in your airways from vibrating when you breathe in and out when you're sleeping. A, alert. So I'm looking at you, you look nice and alert. I'm going to ask you some questions to make sure you know where you are. 2/3 of adults and 1/3 of children are clinically overweight or obese. The frightening thing about this is we know that when you are overweight, you're more likely to have heart disease, strokes, diabetes and even cancer. B for balance. Yes. I want you to walk 1 foot in front of the other like you're walking on a tightrope for me.
What I've drunk this morning. OK, right.
So in Rosemary's case, we have her stomach that sits here, and this contains an acid that helps us to digest our food. Now, when you get reflux, the acid escapes out of the stomach into this long tube here, which we call the esophagus, or the food pipe, into the mouth. D for disability.
Yes.
When you have a serious head injury, you might find that you have weakness in your arms or legs. So to check that, I'm going to get you to bend your arms for me, and if you could push your arm against me, and then do the same on this side. And
very strong, you see.
You're very strong. And then if you could do the same with your legs for me, Alan. And again. Excellent.
I shocked you there, didn't I?
You're very strong. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with you.
No.
Symptoms, signs that you might be diabetic. People feel really thirsty. They need to wee more frequently, so particularly at night time. Feeling tired and sometimes even quite extreme weight loss. So if you're getting any of those symptoms, people watching the show, go to your doctor and get checked. Also bruising that suddenly appears under the eyes like a black eye, or behind the ears, which we call battle sign, which is a sign of a skull fracture.
Right. Unfortunately, I haven't got one of those.
So you pass the head injury check.
So I don't get to stay with you for 48 hours?
No, no.
Oh, well, there we are. You can't win them all.